Hey, what's up guys, my name is Cherno. We are back here for some more Cherno. See what I did there. Finally, going to be looking at some Xbox Series X gameplay today. I've been looking at so much PlayStation 5 stuff lately. I'm really curious as to what is available for the Xbox Series X and the kind of stuff that they're showing off. Now, as far as I know, there's just not much stuff out there, as that's what everyone keeps saying in my comments. So I'm happy that this person called The Smoke has come through, has tweeted me a link to Dirt 5 running on the Xbox Series X. We've got 4 minutes of gameplay here. It's actually 3:52, so that's not off to the best start there. And this was released about 4 days ago, so we're gonna dive in and take a look at this Xbox Series X stuff. Now, I just wanna point out that I have not seen this video yet. I don't know what to expect. I'm kind of excited because I assume it'll look good. Whatever you think is the most impressive looking Xbox Series X video out there, just leave a comment below with whatever the title of that video is. I'll search it up, I'll find it, and I'll take a look at that. But without further ado, let's get started. Got a lot of dislikes. Hi all, as you can tell, this video did not encode properly in 4K CTVS. Find the correct version of this video here. Thanks, IGN. That's it's off to an even. This just keeps getting better. All right, 4K. We're set up on 4K. Dirt 5 on Xbox Series X. 4 minutes of gameplay. Let's give it a shot. Why does this look like the Halo game? Is this... I mean, I get that this is a car game. We haven't seen any cars yet. I haven't seen any cars yet. But this environment is ridiculous. Here we go. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this video again because, well, I mean, what can I say about this? What can anyone say about this? Does this look like a next-gen game? October 13, 2020. I actually had to scroll down to make sure that the person who tweeted me wasn't having a laugh. This is, in fact, October 13, 2020, Xbox Series X. It's going to be released on the PlayStation 5 as well. Delete this footage. Delete this footage. Oh my goodness. Maybe the cars will look fantastic. They have to, right? Okay, let's try and focus on the positives because that's the kind of guy that I am. The cars look pretty good, I think. It's a little bit difficult to tell because the ones that aren't directly in front of us are blurry for whatever reason that may be, depth of field, motion blur, whatever. This looks pretty standard to me. I mean, it's not, the car paint doesn't seem very reflective at all, which again could be part of the dirt, like, you know, design of the car. Maybe it's got like some kind of matte paint on it. But in general, car paint is rendering car paint is quite an involved process. Just because it's like a multi-layered material. So like whenever I see a racing game or some kind of car game and that emphasizes the cars and wants to make the cars look very good, you can really pay attention to what the cars look like because the shader complexity is usually always extremely high. Now, I worked on the engine team for a game called Need for Speed No Limits back in the day at EA. And I can tell you that the car rendering was just one of the most complex tasks that we had to deal with. And at one point, I think us as the engine team, we actually swooped in and helped out the Need for Speed team to try and kind of get them to the next level as far as graphics goes. And I think that we ended up producing something that looks really, really good. So I do have some experience with, like, you know, car paint and all that stuff. This, to me, again, it's just very difficult to tell because at the moment it looks like just a lit material. It doesn't really look like car paint to me at all. There seems to be some kind of specular, very, very kind of large, very rough material on this Golf-looking car over here. The environment and the people look like... look at those little dirt things, man, coming off. They just all look the same. Okay, we've got a little bit of light here. I mean, the cars are fairly dirty, fairly rough. You know, this isn't like, you know, Need for Speed with their reflective cars. I get that. I can appreciate that. The car, again, I would give the car like a 7 out of 10 maybe. But this environment is actually making me dislike the game. What was that? What's this like little... Look at that. What is that? Is that some kind of weird lighting going on here? Like, what is that actually supposed to be? I guess this cave just has some fun lighting. Look at the resolution of this cave. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not getting all the facts here. I feel like something's missing. Okay, we've got a little bit of environment reflection going on from the roof here. Looks nice, I guess. The clouds also look so... Like, I get that they're soft, but they just look like they're low resolution, which is interesting. I mean, I'm sure... I don't know if they're dynamic or how they're rendering them. Maybe it's just like a skybox. I think there were a few good frames there. Oh, man. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Just want to look at that specular. Yeah, it's very, very standard kind of specular highlight there. Looks like there's a little bit of, I don't know if that's a water or if that's just like some bumps, essentially. Don't see the cars reflecting each other. They just don't reflect much at all, though, so it would be difficult to see even if there was some kind of really rough reflection going on. And I know this isn't a street racing game, so you probably wouldn't expect the same level of, you know. But this is like... This is nuts. Okay, that was kind of a nice little shadow there when he went through that. It almost looks like part of a tech demo. But when he went through that, you can see the light kind of going through that, you know, that whatever that, like, the covering is. And you can see the light kind of filtering through. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You know, a nice little detail, but my goodness. I haven't seen any of the other Dirt games, but... You know, and again, as I said, the car doesn't look that bad. But just look at, I mean, look at the little, like... What do you call them? Like the little mud, I guess the mud particles here? The car does, look at this. Like, this is kind of almost the same problem as what kind of like what Horizon had, where I mentioned the 3D particles look a little bit out of place. I'll leave a link to that video in case you guys are interested. But like the rest of this, you know, this Horizon, I don't even want to talk about Horizon compared to Dirt. I mean, I think the verdict is this is Dirt compared to Horizon. Can we take a moment to just look at this flat color everywhere? What's going on? What is going on? Look at, did you guys see that? Look, it's just a flat color. And then the thing is, it changes. Look, these are appearing. Why are they appearing? Is the draw distance like 1 meter? What is happening? Look at this stuff. I kid you not, it's literally popping in at a distance of what looks like to be realistically 2 meters. What is happening? What is this? You can see the whole road coming in, fading in. What is the budget of this frame? Where's all the processing power going? Where's all the billion teraflops or whatever? I know it's not billion, but where are those teraflops going? Oh, look, a little bit of a wet area with some reflection here. You know, look at that. That's not bad. You can see that. Could be a screen space reflection at this point. Wouldn't matter if it's ray traced or not. Doesn't matter. I feel like for a car game, you can definitely get away with screen space reflections in almost everywhere. Or on the road itself, just because you have the rest of the data there. Got some people being reflected here. Okay, more reflections, whatever. Nothing too new there. Not very difficult to do a reflection, especially if you have ray tracing cores. I like the environment. I like the weather changing. The car's definitely getting progressively dirtier, which is good. It is the name of the game. But again, it's just, I wonder if it gets this, like if it literally looks like this every time though. As the race goes on, they just slap on the same textures or a variant of them over and over again. Again, that damage modeling looks like it's from a while ago. I guess I like the rain kind of, the water little blobs here. All right, you know what? I don't know. Like this, this sucks because I feel like I'm gonna get a bunch of hate for this, but like I can't help but be honest. Like when I look at this, I'm telling you guys what I see. I am a game engine developer. I am not some kind of commentator with a career ahead of me, so I'm gonna start, you know, just being nice to everyone so they give me free games or what. I don't care about any of that. This whole channel is my hobby. This is not something I do for a living. I'm doing this for fun. And so I think because of that, I don't care what people think ultimately. I don't like this at all. I think this is I've got no words. I don't want to hurt anyone. The only reason why I wouldn't say maybe everything I'm thinking is because real people worked on this. I've worked in the industry. I appreciate that it might be difficult. I appreciate that maybe it's Microsoft's fault. Maybe the Xbox Series X or whatever hardware this is running on was incredibly limited. They got there too late. They had to scale it down. They couldn't optimize it. They had to reduce their fidelity from what they were running on their Windows builds or whatever. That's fine. I can appreciate that. There may be valid excuses for this, but this thing that I'm looking at here does not look like a next generation game. It does not look like a good current generation game. Parts of this look like Xbox 360 content, honestly. The car itself looks good. The car itself definitely couldn't be rendered on an Xbox 360, especially with that kind of level of reflection and whatever. I mean, maybe it could in all seriousness, but the environment and everything else that I'm looking at here, for the most part, 90% of it, just does not look next gen whatsoever. I feel like any technical artist I know in the real world could go in and improve this in like a day. Honestly, I don't know what's going on here. There must be something, maybe something to do with the hardware, maybe, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking right now. If this is a bad representation of Xbox Series X, if this is just the worst video possible, and people have sent this to me because they want their PlayStation fanboys and they want me to hate on Xbox Series X, please send me a message, tweet me, send me an email, leave a comment below with what actually looks good on the Xbox Series X, and I will happily look at that. I want to look at that. I don't have too much time because I am developing my own game engine, you know, by myself and running another YouTube channel where I teach people like C++ and programming and all that. I don't have the time to sit down and go through the internet and see what's good and what isn't, which is why I'm relying on you guys to just send it to me and then I can take a look at it. Please do so, because based on what I've seen over here, I don't know what they're doing over at Xbox Series X. I don't know what this continually bad looking footage, first Halo, then this, is going on about. I know Digital Foundry did a video on Halo saying that like, well, it's in shadow so it doesn't look good half the time. I watched that video. I disagreed with about half of it because some of their, I don't know, some of the stuff they explained doesn't technically make any sense and it's just not really correct in some places. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. My point is that defend this or don't defend this, this is not a good result. And I want to see, you know, I as someone who's not loyal to any kind of platform, I mean, right now in my house, I have a PlayStation 4 and I have an Xbox One. I have both of those consoles. In fact, I think I bought the Xbox One first. I'm not here to hate on anything, but as someone who doesn't really care what platform something is running on, it almost like is a shame to see this kind of stuff coming out of a next generation console. So I'm definitely So I definitely want to see more, and I definitely want to see some of the actual good footage if there is any. So please help me out, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Am I being too harsh? Maybe I'm just having a bad day. It is a little bit gloomy outside and I am in this lockdown situation here in Melbourne, Australia, so maybe I'm feeling a bit down. But ultimately, those are my thoughts. Hit the like button below and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna try and put out videos at least once a week, maybe twice a week, with all this kind of new stuff coming out soon, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.